What's up, glorious people? The Glorious Geek back again. It's WrestleMania time. It's time for the showcase of the Immortals, the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. Here are my predictions, how I would book it, what I think is going to happen, how I think it's going to go down. Here it is. Remember to like and subscribe. So, starting things off with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Is there anyone more viable than Braun Strowman winning this? I don't think so. I think he needs it. I think it would do him wonders. He is my pick, and it's who I would put over. Who else has got a viable chance of winning? Sami Zayn. He needs something. I think SmackDown will be the best chance he's going to get of actually doing anything in the WWE career, because Raw's not helping him at all. Big Show, I don't really want to see, although it is his last WrestleMania. Don't want to see him go over. I don't want to see a two-time Andre the Giant winner. So apart from that, I don't see anyone on SmackDown having a chance really. Mojo Rawley, no, I just don't see it. As soon as Zack Ryder's back and getting back in the tag team, the better. So no, apart from that, it's got to go with Braun Strowman. Next up on the kickoff show, although rumour has it might be getting pushed back to the main card. If it does, I would swap it out for the Intercontinental title match, because, well, I'll get to that later, but there's nothing in that match for me. This match, 6-pack challenge, Bliss. I would like to see win. I don't think so. I think it's going to go to hometown girl Naomi. I would have kept her return till WrestleMania. I might have gotten a bigger pop. She got a good reaction on SmackDown. Went over well. And I think she will go over at WrestleMania. That's my prediction. Although if I was booking it, I would have Bliss retain it, because it's the 6-pack challenge now. I thought it was going to be like an open invitation. So I was thinking maybe Asuka would be called up and just dominate the SmackDown Women's Championship, because when she does come up, you've got to put the strap on her straight away and just give her it and let her hold it for at least a year till WrestleMania, because this flip-flop championship that they're doing on Raw at the minute is ridiculous. I don't want to see it happen on SmackDown. So yeah, Bliss is my personal choice, but I think it's going to go with Naomi. So this would be my choice for main event of the pre-show. Would be, I'd like to see it on the main card. It's obviously not going to happen, but it's probably the only reason that I want to watch the pre-show now. It's because of the Cruiserweight Championship. This should be a fantastic match if they're given the time. Losing 15 minutes to give on the main roster to bloody Pitbull or whoever the hell is doing the theme song this year. It's 15 minutes of nothing. I mean, I'll be going to get a beer during that time. I would like to see these two on the main card. It's not happening. I've got to go with my homeboy. I've got to go with the Newcastle legend of WWE, the king of the cruiserweights, Neville. It would be my pick to go over. I think he's done wonders for the Cruiserweight Championship since he's come back. Austin Aries hasn't done, I know he got his injury, but even in NXT he was feuding with people like No Way Jose or whatever the dancing guy is, and he hasn't really done anything. He was good on commentary, talking about his penis, whatever that was all about. And yeah, I can't look anywhere else but Neville on this one. Although I do think it'll be a fantastic match. Aries deserves better than what he's getting so far in the WWE. I'd like to see the feud continue after WrestleMania. And that is my choice. Neville. So now we're kicking off WrestleMania for real, or the main event as we call it. And I would be starting things off with the triple threat Raw Tag Team title match. The Club, Cesaro, Sheamus and Enzo Big Cass. ladder match now. Yeah, so that added. I mean, I wasn't interested in before, but now there's ladders involved, and we might see some blood, accidental or not. I'm looking forward to it. Predictions. So, if it's kicking off, my booking. If I was kicking off this show, I would have this. It's gonna be a fun match. I would have Enzo and Big Cass go over. But heading into Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania, they would be dropping the titles to the debuting the Revival, and the Revival would be part of Triple H's new faction with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens. That's my fantasy booking. What I think will happen, I think they might win it. I think they're going to try and get WrestleMania off with a pop. This match will do it. It's always fun, and Enzo and Big Cass winning would get a big pop. So yeah, I think it might happen. I'm ready for Cesaro and Sheamus to just dissolve from each other. I want to see Cesaro have a good push, maybe going for the US Championship, doing something good with Kevin Owens, because I think Kevin Owens is going to win that. Him versus Kevin Owens will be a good feud. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on this match. The club needed to. They really dropped the ball on the club. The club should have come in and should have been part. I mean, it's not Balor's fault he got injured, but they should have done the faction with him and Balor, with the club and Balor, or with AJ, just to bring them in as a tag team. Yes, they're a good tag team, but I think they could be doing so much more as a stable in the club, the Bullet Club, or hello cat, or whatever else. They could have done so much more. So anyway, in review, hello. So in review, I'm going with Enzo and Big Cass. Now, as I might have alluded to before, I would have pushed this match to the pre-show because I just don't. Dean Ambrose has not been a good champion. Doesn't defend the title very often. It's just Dean Ambrose is not allowed to be Dean Ambrose. If you could let him be the John Moxley that he was before he came over WWE, and it's not going to happen because of PG and all that bull doodles. Anyway, the championship needs to move on. Baron Corbin, he's a decent guy. I like Baron Corbin. I love his finisher. It's probably one of my favourite finishers in the WWE. So yeah, drop the title, give it to Baron Corbin, see what Baron Corbin will do over on SmackDown. He'll probably end up with another feud with he's a heel, so not Dolph Ziggler. Mojo Rawley. Anyway, that's my pick. Demote this match to the pre-show. Maybe have Dean Ambrose heel turn somewhere. He needs to do something to freshen up his character, because right now, I think next. Dum dum da dum 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 da dum da 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 da. This match, actually, I'm quite looking forward to it now. I think the Miz and Maurice's skits on SmackDown have been fantastic. John Cena was at his best. He had a really good promo on the final SmackDown before WrestleMania. I mean, he shit all over the Miz and Maurice. Didn't give them any chance to look good at all. He absolutely destroyed them. Fantasy booking, my booking, I want the Miz and Maurice to go over because John Cena and Nikki Bella could be both away, but obviously John Cena will be back. Nikki might be retiring after this match. Will there be a proposal? That's the big question. So fantasy booking, the Miz and Maurice for me to go over. I think there's no doubt in my mind the WWE booking has John Cena and Nikki Bella going over. Will there be a proposal? I don't know. I really don't know. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen at WrestleMania. It's going to be in front of millions and billions of people, because that's the way John Cena wants to do it. and I really couldn't call it. Okay, yes. If they win, I'm saying yes. So, another SmackDown main event. Shane McMahon versus the best wrestler in the world, AJ Styles. A match, again, the last SmackDown, the Go Home SmackDown, really did hype us up for this match because I had no interest whatsoever. I'm hoping, AJ Styles doesn't go to Raw, but it's looking more and more likely. I mean, he's seen his new t-shirt, it's actually got red on it now, so that's pretty much determined that he's going to Raw soon. AJ Styles has got to win this match. There's no doubt in my mind he needs to win this match. Shane McMahon doesn't need anything in this match, and it's just going to weaken AJ Styles if he does lose. AJ Styles will be able to carry this to a fantastic match, I'm sure, and Shane will do something crazy. I don't know what. Is he going to be doing Titantron jump? I mean, have you seen the photos of WrestleMania? There's like what I've seen, I don't know if there's real ones or not, but there's like a giant ring on top. Now, if they climbed up to that and wrestled on that, that would be amazing. Anyway, AJ Styles all the way, and straight back in the title hunt, because he needs to be in that, because he deserves it. Next, jumping back to Raw for the Raw Women's Championship, Fatal 4-Way, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Charlotte and Nia Jax. It's now an elimination match. I do not see Bayley walking out of this match with the title. Charlotte, I don't really see. I hope it's not Nia, because Nia, although she's something different, was she ready to come up when she did? I don't think so. And she could have done a bit more in NXT, a bit more experience, and then be called up. Charlotte, I think is right. I think Sasha's using Bayley. I think that'll come to a head. I don't know in this match or on Raw, but my pick for this match is Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks with a heel victory, like a fucking roll up with a tight or a screw job. Something against Bayley that's gonna turn the crowd against her. And it should be interesting moving forward. But I'll just stop flip-flopping the title. Give her the title and let her hold it for a few months till SummerSlam at least. Jesus. Not just to fucking lose it tomorrow night. Jesus Christ. Next. So an actual WrestleMania match that's got a bit of build and hype behind it is Kevin Owens versus Jericho for the United States Championship. In my world, it would be the main event, and it would be for the Universal Championship, because it has been building since SummerSlam, and I think that is how you should book WrestleMania main events. Going over in this match, I think Jericho might get the win. I want Kevin Owens to win, that's my pick, but I think Jericho might get the win, and he might stay around till the next Raw pay-per-view, which I think is Payback, and then drop the title to Kevin Owens then, or in a triple threat or 4-way, maybe Sami Zayn involved. Sami Zayn picks up the win, because I think he should get the United States Championship. And that's what I think is going to happen there. Will Samoa Joe get involved? It's highly likely he'll be involved in some sense. If not in this match, definitely in Triple H's and Seth Rollins match, which we'll get onto in a minute. So my fantasy booking will be Kevin Owens absolutely destroys Jericho with powerbomb after powerbomb into the turnbuckle. Jericho just can't walk at the end of it. Jericho is that injured that he's gone from the company. And he's gone, he goes off, does his Fozzy, does his band, and then returns just before SummerSlam, maybe, for a final payoff match against the two, which I think would be really good. That was my booking. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Jericho will win and then drop the title at the next pay-per-view and continue his feud for another month, possibly. We'll see. Maybe. Sorry, I had to go feed the cat. Anyway, leads us on to our next match. Triple H vs Seth Rollins, non-sanctioned match. As I predicted in my WWE 2K season, as I predicted in my WWE 2K universe mode. And for me, I would have Triple H destroy Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is not ready for this match, is what I would play fantasy booking. Triple H destroys him, Samoa Joe's involved, maybe even Kevin Owens. Build this new faction and make it look absolutely amazing. Seth Rollins, have it that he came back too early, he's not ready. I think there'll be a lot of moves. He'll be, obviously Triple H will be focused on the knee. It'll be a very technical match, or more of a brawl actually, since it's a non-sanctioned match. But I'm looking forward to this one. It's had good build. There's huge question marks. There's still huge question marks about Seth Rollins, if he's actually really injured or how they just patched him up to get this match out of the way. Maybe he might need surgery still, again, which would be devastating for him and for the company, really. I mean, I think they've built him up to be the next like Triple H sort of guy, and he's had bad injuries, which doesn't always work well for people in their careers. They always end up on the dole. That would be my choice. Triple H to destroy him, come back stronger, reclaim, rebuild, whatever. What is it? Rebuild, reclaim, recapture, something like that. Whatever. Redesign, rebuild, reclaim. That's it. So yeah, so that's my pick. Triple H. Triple H is going over. Or you could have Seth win and then have Triple H with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens just lay the holy hell out of him after the match. Again, put him out for a few weeks if he still needs more time to heal, or even longer if he actually does need surgery again. But that would be my choices of what would happen in that match. And if you know me, you know I'm a massive fan of Bray Wyatt. It's been a long time coming for him to have the championship, and I really don't want to see him lose it at WrestleMania. I'm hoping that this whole storyline with Sister Abigail, if you saw the last SmackDown when Harper hesitated and looked under the trance again, that they can rebuild the Wyatt family, maybe Eric Rowan return at some point. But I would have Bray Wyatt just use the spirit of Sister Abigail, if she's gone now, obviously, that it's made him stronger because he's not tied down to her anymore. He can actually be more wild, more aggressive. I'd like to say that's what I would do. So that's my pick. Can Randy Orton go over this match? Why would you have Randy Orton win this match? Why would you have Randy Orton win the Royal Rumble? And not why, because I didn't want Roman Reigns to win it, so I was happy that Randy Orton was. That's the only reason that Reigns came to distract us from what you were really planning. Yep, that's my pick. Bray Wyatt. Got to. Luke Harper might get involved somewhere. It's not a no DQ, I know, is it? Might get changed. But something. There might be something special. There might be something like when Bray Wyatt was feuding with John Cena. I mean, that was although John Cena won the feud in the end, as he always does. When was it a cage match or something, and then he had the children with the masks. That was amazing. I'd like to see something like that happen again. He needs to start incorporating this mystic side again. Or even, was it against Dean Ambrose when he used a hologram with a lantern? It's something special. I want to see something special from this match. I think we will. Really. This is who the Undertaker's fighting at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Oh my god. So many rumors that Roman Reigns is going to win this match. I just don't want to say it. I can't even speak. Roman Reigns winning this match would be a travesty. Unless you make him the biggest heel in the business. You don't do what you've done with John Cena and make him a face for his whole career. You actually change him up. It doesn't stop people from becoming superstars. The Rock was a fantastic heel. Stone Cold, although he was a heel, the crowd will decide their fate in the end. John Cena will go down as a legend. In my eyes, he's not a legend. He was handed everything in my book. Did he earn in the start? He probably earned a little bit, but still, I just don't. He's done a lot for the business, apparently, for the PG business. I'm not here to rant about this. Predictions for this match: Roman Reigns, not a chance in hell of winning this match. Undertaker can't really go anymore. I mean, he struggled his last few WrestleMania matches. His last decent one was really, for me, was against CM Punk, and that was because Punk carried the match. Can Roman Reigns carry a match against The Undertaker? I don't think so. And can Undertaker really carry Roman Reigns through this match? I'd like to think he still can, but I really can't see it. This could be a shitstorm of a match. But it's going to be a heavily focused crowd against Roman Reigns. So maybe the crowd will lift it. It'll be like the Rock Hogan sort of situation where the crowd just made that match 5 million times better than it was. I don't care. So yeah, my pick is The Undertaker. I would never pick Roman Reigns to win this match. And if he does, it'll be a travesty. And I'll be raging out. So look forward to seeing that in my reaction videos. So the match that is going to close WrestleMania is obviously going to be the Universal title match. It's going to be Brock versus Lesnar. It's going to be Brock versus Goldberg. And Brock wins. That's all there is to it. Brock has lost so many times to Goldberg in devastating fashion, destroyed him. It's just got to be Brock. It's got to be Brock. And Goldberg, is it going to go over 5 minutes? Probably not. If I was booking it, I would set it up pretty much the same as the last bout. It's Survivor Series. I'd have Goldberg, I'd have Brock Lesnar turn around. I would have exactly the same. Brock turns around into a spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, kicks out. And Goldberg is shocked. He doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know what to do after those 2 moves. So as Brock tries to get up again, turns around, Goldberg goes for a spear, Brock dives out of the way, Goldberg spears into the turnbuckle, hits his shoulder, turns around into an F5, 1, 2, kick out. And now you've got a match. You've both kicked out of each other's finishers. You've got Brock and you've got Goldberg, and stare down. The crowd will be hopping for this one now. Then you have a little bit of a tussle. You grapple back and forward. You get your suplex city in. You get your suplexes in. Goldberg maybe retaliates with a few of his own. In the end, Brock Lesnar hits the F5 after a few minutes, and that's it. Game over. Brock Lesnar is your champion heading into the new WrestleMania. So that is how I would book it. Let's see what they do. If they try and wrestle, it could be a shitstorm like the WrestleMania 20 match, and nobody wants that to happen. If you like the video, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen, who you're going to be cheering on, and what you think is going to happen heading into the new wrestling season. Till next time, guys. Geek out.